Hello, thank you for watching this episode of Quick Wrap. I am your host, JR Flores. We are broadcasting from Palm Springs, California, bringing you the latest news in technology, business, and much more. In today's episode, we're going to talk about how Sprint CEO Marcelo is saving Sprint once again from hitting Chapter 11 bankruptcy. As many of you know, Marcelo is the new Sprint CEO. For the past year, he has been trying to make cost-cutting measures to save Sprint and make it financially stable, while still having customers and building out a strong 4G Sprint Spark network. And now that is very hard to maintain and to do. And trust me, it is going to cost billions of dollars on Sprint's side to implement new measures and even to save money and to produce growth. But I do give Sprint CEO a much leg up because a lot of people have been saying negative things about him, which I believe are considered false. He has done so much for Sprint and deserved the recognition. Now, what I mean by that is by Sprint CEO has an integral role within playing Sprint, and that means implementing new procedures, plan, operating costs, budgets, and making and ensuring the security of Sprint and also maintaining its employees while providing access to internet and cellular services to its customers. And that is a hard task to manage. Trust me, it is a very difficult task for anyone in the business field. And what he needs to do is what he's been doing all along, implementing a slow growth but steady and constant revolution of change into this wireless industry. And what I mean by that, these past couple days, he has brought in an assortment of ideas and news and a whole bunch of other things. He has been communicating with his employees, his customers, and understanding the needs and the wants of the consumers. And overall, that has been very effective for Sprint so far. For their Q2 outlook, they have been doing great so far, and I mean Q3, but they have done a lot of things to change the industry. And by implementing plans and procedures that are going to ensure the safety of Sprint and its security in the business, I think overall has done great so far. It may have not done the best, but it has done some change so far. And talking about that, their churn has actually improved. So there has been a lot of things at their business that they are in debt severely, billions of dollars in debt to be exact. But I don't know an exact number. I believe it's in $12 to $20 billion. But with that financial debt, it gives them the ability to allow them to roll out, to have the capital and to have the credit line to continue roll out the Sprint Spark network. Now, Sprint is not just one brand. There's many umbrellas and branches that fall under Sprint. And one of them has to do with mobile and prepaid devices such as mobile internet and prepaid cell phones and smartphones. And two of those are Virgin Mobile and Boost Mobile. And those are Sprint subsidiaries of Sprint. And those have a big impact on Sprint overall itself within its consumer growth and within its prepaid business. And a lot of them has to do with the sustainability of Sprint and allowing users to connect to the Sprint Spark network. And the Sprint Spark network has done a lot to change the Sprint brand and as well as its speed and network improvements. Yeah, Sprint hasn't started right, but when they first debuted their 4G WiMAX network, they thought it was the first top stuff that allowed them to gain growth. And while it did give them the hand back in 2007 and 2009, throughout the years they realized it was the wrong network decision, and it ultimately led to Sprint going down to third and now fourth in the wireless carrier industry. And that is a big thing. Sprint has been trying to recuperate and build itself up. So in 2012, they launched their LTE network and wanted to provide users LTE and transition the WiMAX network to the LTE network. But they have been facing many issues over these past couple days, or past couple years to be exact, of transitioning these users. Now there's a small percentage of users still on the WiMAX network, specifically the ones in the educational industry or users of low income. And this is because there was a program that was implemented with Clear Wireless, which was Sprint now, and now defunct Clear Wireless was back then, that there was an agreement made for the wireless spectrum to be used for WiMAX, and gave them a return low cost, affordable, unlimited bandwidth on the WiMAX network. But the agreement has now been cut off, allegedly, and there has been harder ties to renegotiate these deals with these two educational groups and nonprofit groups. So with that being said, Sprint has been a slow migration off, transitioning to the new 4G LTE network, and they want to completely disassemble and turn off and terminate all WiMAX services by the year's end. So hopefully, if this all goes through, it'll give more leverage to Sprint to roll out their enhanced LTE network and roll out to the customers that are in dire needs of needing that signal and performance boost, because they are essentially paying $70 to $90 a month for unlimited bandwidth of the LTE network that they don't have access to in some areas. Another thing, I believe Marcelo is doing great and has so many things that it's just incredible. He has to understand. He has understood and implementing new changes within the prepaid market as well, having no contract affordable smartphones, and as well as devices that are on the heavily mass-produced devices such as the Samsung Galaxies and the iPhone devices. Flagship premier devices are now trickling down into the prepaid markets, so such as Virgin Mobile now having the access to the iPhone 6s, and as well the 6 Plus gives consumers choice for having a prepaid network that is dependable, that is reliable, and having an affordable plan. So starting out at $30 a month, they can now have access to unlimited talk, text, and data. Now that is unheard of in today's standard. So that is really great for consumers to choose if they want to go into a prepaid network or just want a brand they know and love. So I believe that's a great thing that they have been doing. Now that's just a small outlook. There are many more issues that remain within Sprint that they need to fix overall, and making a cohesive brand and migrating the experience within all those Radio Shack stores that they have partnered with. And I believe this gives Radio Shack and Sprint the experience and the expertise and knowledge to put those two brands together and migrate and make something new out of it. So finding how to integrate those both brands and the employees and create an experience like no other, they can truly have an omni-channel experience. And I know that they are working on that right now to help produce growth, sustainability, and cash flow for Sprint. So what I believe for Sprint in the next 5 years or even the next year, there's going to be some significant change, and change that needs to be needed, better change and overall change that's going to help impact and grow Sprint for the better. Now they are slowly transitioning into a new era, and hopefully within these next few years you'll see Sprint back again in second or even maybe first, and hopefully grabbing the consumer growth and understanding what the customers really want and help them understand the wireless industry as better. I feel that they lost a little bit of touch these past couple years by not really adapting or transitioning as fast as other carriers, and having the cash flow. They have really done it a lot. But now they need to reorganize their group and really focus on what their main priorities are. And building out a strong 4G network and giving consumer choice, I believe, is a start to go. Thank you for listening to this edition of Quick Wrap. It was my pleasure. If you guys want to keep up to date with everything on Geekified TV, make sure to download our free Geekified TV app available on Android devices and BlackBerry. Thank you so much. Until next time, I'm JR Flores. Goodbye.